The last Smackdown of 2024. And not only that, but this is the last 2-hour episode. The 2-hour era was here for a good time, not a long time.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know.
No, actually, was here for a long time. It's Raw. Raw is the. You know what? Never mind. Hi there, my little demons and divas and demonites. Bienvenidos, welcome back to my channel. ¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? Estamos activados, estamos encendidos. It is I, Isa, aka the Demon Diva and the Big Dog. And today, we're gonna review and recap the last episode of SmackDown of 2024, which aired on Friday, December 27, 2024, live from Tampa, Florida. There were some highs, there were some lows, and we're gonna talk about them all. But before I get into it, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Hit the notification bell so you get a notification whenever I upload a video. Whenever I go live with watch-alongs for Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown pay-per-views, as long as I'm available. And as long as you're not World's End, because I'm not watching that. In addition to that, consider hitting the join button and becoming a Demonite. We have a growing community and it is a lot of fun, but not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about SmackDown, so let's get into it. The show opened up with a little bit of a recap over the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes saga, which, okay. Then we go backstage to a promo with Bianca and Naomi, super hyped to be tag teams. Look like Bayley and Bianca are getting along. Suspicious. But what I really want to talk about is the promo that Nia Jax cut when she made her way to the ring, because SmackDown was going to be opened by a 6-women tag between Bayley, Bianca, and Naomi against Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Candice LeRae. And not only did Tiffany come out on her own, but Candice and Nia came out together. So it seems like Nia just has completely substituted Tiffany with Candice. But Nia cut a good promo there, saying, hey, if you don't, Bianca, you seem to have replaced Jade quite easily. You moved on pretty fast. If you don't come out and expose yourself for attacking Jade, I'll make sure that I will. I thought that was a big high. I don't know if Nia Jax was gaslighting or not, but I fell for it. I was like, oh shit, hold on, my dog wants a treat. Doggy treat break! So I did like Nia Jax promo. That's a big high for me. The match was just there, nothing to ram home about. I don't know what the saying is, but nothing to like brag about. It felt like it was just there. I didn't feel like I was fully invested. We've seen it so many times, and we of course had the low of this segment, which is Tiffany Stratton with the fake cash-in again. They need to stop. I like the tension, and I was saying, at first I didn't know if I was gonna buy Tiffany as a face, and I was talking about it on the stream. I mentioned like, hey, every time that Nia throws a jab at Tiffany, I kind of feel bad. I'm starting to buy that Tiffany could be a face, but these fake cash-ins, they need to go. Leave them in 2024. Leave Tiffany to not fake a cash-in until she's ready. Otherwise, it's never gonna feel like it's the moment. We're gonna feel like we're getting faked out again. We see a quick of a backstage segment with Nick Aldis and A-Town Down Under. And I do gotta say, Grayson Waller in the Sheeta overalls, 10 out of 10. Big high for me. Love that. He got outshined. He wasn't the outfit of the night. He wasn't the fit of the night by any means. But it was good. It was good. So, we go into a match between Austin Theory and Braun Strowman. Braun's still mad at them because he didn't join. I don't know. I'm confused. The match was there. Austin Theory loses clean to Braun Strowman. We were building to something else later on with Braun Strowman. This gets not even a high or a low. This gets an okay. After that, we go to a big high, big segment of the night. My favorite part of the evening. And that is Chelsea Green's championship celebration. The greatest reign in 2024. The longest reigning Women's United States Champion and the best looking Lady Liberty I have ever seen. I thought everything about this segment was perfect. The only miss was that they should have made the balloons red, white, and green. Red, white, and green instead of red, white, and blue. But I thought Piper looked great. I thought that her speech was great. She was interrupted by Mission, who I didn't like that Mission said, oh, if it wasn't for Piper Niven, I would have beaten you. Because while Piper did have a little bit of involvement in their match at Saturday night's main event, I thought that Chelsea had a very convincing win over Mission. So, but regardless, I'm not mad at this. I'm excited. I thought Chelsea looked great. I love the speech. I love how the fans love her, even when she's trying to like throw shade. But yeah, this was a huge win. If you go out of your way to watch this segment, it was fun. We had a backstage segment. I don't know if it happens here or later, but I gotta give this a down. I'm gonna give this moment Sami saying the biggest douche award.
Here he is, the biggest douche of the universe.
Because he's talking to Nick Aldis backstage, and okay, I get it, right? It's a conversation between two adults, but this isn't even your show, Sami saying. So if somebody that should be on the card this evening walks in to talk to the general manager, you should step aside and let them talk, because he still has a show to run. You're there to talk to Nick Aldis about the transfer portal matrix window thing. That's fine, but Carmelo is in the show that's currently airing. So while yeah, Carmelo interrupted and that was rude, at the same time I feel like, what are you doing, Sami? Why are you being? He was so rude to Carmelo. I didn't like it. Okay, Melo is him, and it ends up setting a match between Melo and Sami, which I was like, oh, they're gonna cook, but I got a little pissed because we already know how this was gonna end up for Melo. Nick Aldis is backstage with the Street Profits and DIY, and they say, hey, you wanna tell us something about who attacked the Street Profits 2 weeks ago? Street Profits wants to smoke, and Nick Aldis says, well, there was an eyewitness, and out comes Pretty Deadly, and they said that it was Garza and Los Lobos Locos who attacked Street Profits, even though they knew it was DIY. And a lot of people online are saying that doesn't make any sense. Why would Pretty Deadly protect them? Because they're looking for an opportunity. They're opportunists. I loved it. I thought that it was very smart of Pretty Deadly. I was even screaming, don't snitch. So I thought this was great, and I want to see where it goes. This led into a match between Garza and Humberto against Berto, what's his name now? Against the Street Profits. This match cook. This match gets a big high. The tag team division on SmackDown gets a big high. I really like everything that they're doing. Even later on, we see a backstage segment between the Street Profits, who do win the match against Berto and Garza. Hi, love the match. They run into the Motor City Machine Guns. Did I get it? And they said, hey, the Motor City Machine Guns are like, if somebody's getting a title match, it's us. We deserve our rematch. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I think the Street Profits deserve the title shot. But shout out to the tag team division of SmackDown having storylines going for themselves, because Raw can't say the same. Carmelo Hayes versus Sami Zayn. The crowd was chanting Sami Uso, and the match was a big high. I just didn't like the ending. It got a little chaotic. It gave me like a little bit of AW PTSD, because Carmelo Hayes starts to just walk away. First of all, he's passing out these Christmas cards. Shout out to Carmelo Hayes. The Christmas cards were great. But he's gonna walk away from the match, and out comes Braun Strowman. Now remember, Melo beat Braun Strowman last week by countout. That's what the Christmas cards were. So it does make sense that Braun has unfinished business with Melo. But then he starts like beating him up, and Sami is standing in the ring, and out comes the fake bloodline, and they start beating up Sami Zayn, and out comes Kevin Owens. Like, it was just a lot of storylines, a lot of people, like, and they didn't let anything breathe. Everything went like right into the next thing, but at the same time, all of these things are intertwined in their own way. Because Kevin Owens coming out when Sammy's getting beat up, I call that Easter egg, because he's pissed at Cody for teaming with Roman. He should be just as pissed as Sami. So let Sami get beat up. You feel me? I was hoping to see a little Drew McIntyre, but we didn't get Drew McIntyre. But we do know that Drew is a little bit aligned with Solo at the moment, as expected. Melo versus Sami was great, and he doesn't really have a clean finish, because Braun gets involved, so at least that's something for Melo. I'd rather take that than him getting pinned clean, like that squash match that he had with Braun. I like the idea of the Bloodline coming out to take out Sammy, and I like the idea of Kevin Owens coming out when Sammy's there, because while they didn't interact, they planted the seeds. So that gets a little bit of a confusing high. Kevin Owens makes his way to the ring. Out comes Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis says, "You give me that title back, or you're never gonna step foot into the WWE again." And I'm like, "Hey, that's not how you talk to your champion. A, B, that's not how it works. You don't make decisions. You're a general manager. There are people above you." But Kevin Owens said, "I'm the real champion. All I want, you want the title back? I'll give it back. Give me a rematch." Out comes Cody Rhodes, and I actually like what Cody was saying up until he was like, "I do it for my mentor, Randy Orton." I know they have history, but I'm tired of Cody always doing things for other people. "I do it for my dad. I gotta finish my dad's story. I gotta do it for my mentor. I gotta help out Roman." Like, no, do it for your fucking self. Like, grow some balls. You piss me off. Why would you try to, like, end my career? I get that Randy's your mentor, but you should be worried about the fact that this man tried to end your career at Saturday night's main event. But outside of that I picked up, I thought the back and forth here was great, because Cody actually came out like a fighting champion. And he didn't want Nick Aldis to fire the man. He wanted a rematch in a ladder match. Now, I'm a little bit upset because they set it up for the Royal Rumble, and I think that's a long way to go. But that does give Kevin Owens sometimes to throw with the title, so I do want to see what he does. So overall, this gets a high. But I need Cody's speech, like the promos, to match his energy, because he did seem like a fighting champ, but some of the things that he said, I was like, no, bro, just say that you're here. You're gonna fuck him up for trying to end your career, in like, waited so long to win this title and finish the story, and this guy almost ended it for you in a night. Why not bring that up? Like, make it personal. Stop doing it for other people. But the mention of Randy Orton does remind you that the Viper might be lurking around and coming back at any point. And that's how the show goes off the air, with a huge brawl. Nick Aldis makes the match. Kevin Owens goes to shake Cody's hand. Cody, smarter than that, goes, "Nah, fuck that." And Kevin Owens just pushes Nick Aldis into Cody and starts stomping on Cody. And that's how the show goes off the air, on pure chaos between Cody and Kevin Owens. That gets a big high. Overall, I thought the show paced well. I am going to miss the 2 hours. Next week, the show will start being 3 hours. They announced Andrade versus Shinsuke, but it is not a title match. And Nia Jax against Naomi for the title is what we have advertised for next week so far. This was a fun episode of SmackDown. If you missed it, I will say the Chelsea Green segment and the closing segment will be the 2 things that I will say, yeah, you should probably watch that. It was fun. But you didn't miss anything, I feel like that's going to be how Monday Night Raw goes as well, because I do feel like everything is at a standstill until Netflix and we start building towards the Rumble and all that. But let me know in the comments down below, what did you think of this week's episode of SmackDown? What was your favorite moment? What was your high? And what was your low? And until next time, adios. Mwah. Boop.